I serve as co-minister of this spiritual community, and it is my honor to welcome you in to sacred space. Whether you are in the sacred space of this room or the sacred space of the internet, you are on holy ground. You are participating in community, with community, to remind yourself and the world three very important truths about you. The first one is, you are a beloved expression of God. Let's say that from the I am together. I am a beloved expression of God. The second truth I'd like to remind you of is that you're here for a holy purpose. It's a purpose of healing, a purpose of reconciliation, a purpose of standing in your power, of shining your light, of sharing your wisdom, of being the very best that you were created to be. I am here for a holy purpose. Let's say that together. I am here for a holy purpose. And the third truth is that you're where you are by divine appointment. You are at the right place at the right time right now. Can't be anywhere else. It's such a hard truth for us to remember sometimes when we're worried about what's going to happen in the future, or we're spending time in regret or even celebration about what's happened in the past. There's only the present moment. So I'm in the right place at the right time right now. Let's say that together. I am in the right place at the right time right now. We can make these statements with integrity because in unity we believe above and beyond all things that there's only one presence and one power, God the good, omnipotence. Let's take that idea and that thought into a time of prayer. Fully grounding ourselves in this present moment. Knowing that there's only one presence and one power active in the universe and in our lives. A presence and power we call God. We call it spirit. We call it principle. We call it love. Knowing that goodness is in every face, every experience, and every event, whether we can see it or not. We have the capacity to hold this great truth for ourselves and for the world. We are powerful. And we hold this power with gratitude for the good that is and the good that is yet to be. So it is, and so we let it be. Amen. Well, I did introduce myself. I'm Reverend Nikki Tucker. Reverend Nikki Golden serves as co-minister here. We have an amazing team that is going to bring you this experience. Together we have Christopher on the piano. We've got Lindsay Decoste, who's our vocalist. Julie Tregloan is our guest speaker. Even though she's our YFM director, she is our guest speaker. And Lily's reading the poem. Tamara Stevens was our board member of the day. Did I miss anybody?
Gustavo is on sound.
Gustavo is on sound. Okay.
Got it going on. All right. We have an annual meeting that is coming up.
You're on.
Okay. We have an annual meeting that is coming up today at 12. So there's hospitality, and then come back in, sign in if you're a member. If you're a member, you can vote. If you're a non-member, you can still be present. You just cannot vote. But you can be present to the information that we will be giving in this annual meeting. It'll be fun, you guys.
It'll be fun. It'll be amazing. It's a real celebration of everything we've done in the last year. We're going to invite Marla Hampton to come up. Marla Hampton is our team leader for the Mesa Turkey Trot. Hey guys, Unity Mesa.
Okay, so Thanksgiving's coming. If you are signed up to do the turkey trot, and I know that you're signed up, you should have received an email from me yesterday, probably even two. If you did not hear from me yesterday, it means I don't know you're on the team. This isn't probably your fault, it could be their fault, but please get with me today so I know who you are. And then on Wednesday, we are having a dry run sort of walk starting at 4 Silos Coffee House, Wednesday morning, 7:30 a.m. Welcome to come to that. You don't need to let me know, but it's an available opportunity. Walk, have some coffee, have fun. Okay.
Perfect.
That's all she's got.
That's all she's got. That's a great thought that she's got. We are having a potluck on Thanksgiving morning from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. It's a bring whatever you want to share. We will be just spending time together and being grateful to be together and just grateful for the very essence of life. It will be in the annex. Unity Mesa is not providing.
Well, we're not going to cook a turkey. I just want to get that. Just to be clear, we're going to provide the paper goods and the cleanup team. Okay, so it's really a potluck, and it's just for fun. If you would like to have some community on Thanksgiving Day, please join us from 11 to 12 in the annex, which is the building right next door.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to bring a lentil bake, so it'll be not vegan, but it will be vegetarian.
Okay, we're going to have Nancy Spence come up and talk about volunteer appreciation.
This month we are celebrating our Board of Trustees. We are very appreciative of all the efforts they have put into this. Every month they are spending hours making sure that we're on track and we're organized and they're taking care of us. So we would like the Board of Trustees members to come up and we will give them a special flower and a lot of thanks. After I read the names, Erica Bowman, Karen Tyker, Stephen Chavez, Tamara Stevens, Delaney Collins, Cecilia Fleming, Reverend Nikki Golden, and Reverend Mindy Tucker. Thank you so much. And now we're going to give our blessing. We love you.
We bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are.
Thank you. All right, Julie Tregloan.
No.
Oh, I forgot to sing.
We're going to invite you to stand as you are able. We are going to sing Holy, Holy Way, and if you have that feeling that you'd like to do some movement, that's A-okay. Julie's going to come up today and she's going to do our children's affirmation.
Good morning and hello everybody. I'm here with Katie and she's going to lead us in our affirmation today. See, microphone, sorry. I forgot I had this. Thanks, Katie.
God and I are one. I affirm this truth daily. Say it with me. God and I are one. I affirm this truth daily.
Thanks, Katie. All right, let's go ahead and bless our children before they head out for their class this morning. Children, we love you,
we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are.
Amen.
Because it rains when we wish it wouldn't. Because men do, but they often shouldn't. Because crops fail and plans go wrong. Some of us grumble all day long. But somehow, in spite of the care and doubt, it seems at last that things work out. Because we lose where we hoped to gain. Because we suffer a little pain. Because we must work when we'd like to play. Some of us whimper along life's way. But somehow, as day always follows night, most of our troubles work out all right. Because we cannot forever smile. Because we must trod in the dust a while. Because we think that the way is long. Some of us whimper that life is all wrong. But somehow we live and our sky grows bright and everything seems to work out all right. So bend to your trouble and meet your care. For the clouds must break and the sky grow fair. Let the rain come down as it must and eventually will. But keep on working and hoping still. For in spite of the grumblers who stand about, somehow it seems all things work out.
Excuse me, my power pack just needs adjusting for a minute. There we go. Speaking of power, I'm still connected. Awesome. I'm happy to be giving you this talk. Saving Judas sounds a little heavy, but I am happy to be giving it because there's a message that's redeeming in it, and I hope you'll get it today. So you might be familiar with the 12 powers of man, right? Charles Fillmore's kind of system for understanding the powers that we have, men, women, children, everybody. We are born with these powers, and today we're looking at the power of life itself, which is represented by Judas, the disciple, the betrayer, and it also is represented by the colour red. Okay, so Judas represents life, meaning the very breath of life that comes to us when we take our first breath that we're born with until we pass and then beyond. It never leaves us. It's an energy. It's a vitalizing force that stays with us. It's that which enlivens us, which gives us power to actually go forth and live our very best life. Okay, so the colour red, what do you think of with colour red? Blood, right? Blood. We think of anger, passion, danger, stop, red, be careful. It also means courage, and it also means sacrifice, which is kind of a bit like the blood thing, but sacrifice as a principle. So these are all things that go along with the colour red and the power of life. So why would we want to include Judas? If you look at those descriptions of the colour red, you can probably see in the life of Judas how they showed up, right? So what do we know about Judas? Mainly it's from the Gospels, right? And it's also from the bit of history we know. So Judas, as we know, was one of the inner circle of Christ, one of the 12, the closest ones that he taught. For 3 years, he developed them in the ways of Christ. Judas was one of those. We also know that he kept the purse. He kept the money for the disciples, right? And so he was very conscious of the money coming in and the money going out. And the money may have actually gone out for his own purposes. What were his own purposes? We know from history, and even in the Gospels, it talks about Judas as being a zealot. Okay, he was full of zeal, but what that meant was he wanted to overthrow the Romans who were in his country at the time. He wanted to get rid of them. He was a part of a subgroup of the zealots called the Sicarii. They kept small daggers in their cloaks, waiting for an opportunity to strike. So this is Judas, one of the disciples. Wow, talk about danger. Okay, so not only that, you probably recall from the Gospels the story of Mary anointing Jesus with a very expensive bottle of perfume. And what did Judas do? He said, oh, don't do that. We could sell that. It's expensive. Give the money to the poor. Well, maybe not. Maybe he kept a little for himself along the way. And yet he was one of the disciples. So we see this kind of duplicitous nature of Judas. So first of all, what can we take from it? Why would we have him in one of the 12 powers? By the way, I'm not sure if I said December is his month. Each of the 12 disciples has a month. Next month is Judas's month. So why would we include him? Well, I think first of all, he played a part in the unfolding of the Christian story, right? Without Judas, there will be no betrayal, there will be no death of Christ, there will be no resurrection story, and on and on and on. And you probably remember from the story, was it at the Last Supper? Certainly in the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus did not stop him. He kind of said, I know what you're going to do. Go do it. We can only conclude that it was all a part of the divine unfolding of some plan that we may or may not be aware of, that we can get glimpses of. So he actually showed up to play his part, even though he's known as the betrayer. And I hope that we can save him, we can save Judas from that one-dimensional characterization. He's not just a betrayer, he played a role. And I think personally, he also shows us the betrayal that we can perhaps get stuck in or perhaps unconsciously choose. He didn't understand his divinity. And when we don't understand our divinity, what do? We betray that higher truth that we may have glimpsed at some point, but in the moment we kind of forget. So I think Judas shows us that kind of lesson. So shout out to Judas. He's not just the one-dimensional betrayer. There's so much more to his story, and I hope that that's what we can get today. All right. So I want you to think about, how am I betraying the Christ within me? Big question. Probably not for this particular moment, but just to ponder. And we're going to go into December very quickly, only a couple of weeks away. But I hope that because it's a time of, it's winter, we go within, that we can actually look at the meaning of Judas and December and the colour red and all that that symbolises, and really look at ourselves. Where are we betraying our Christ? Okay, so with that, this is a quote from a book called Power Up Your Life. So this is what the power of life itself is. We use life to energize and enliven our good intentions, goals and desires, to take and sustain action, to be the best person, the most enlivened, vitalized person we can be. Sounds good, doesn't it? Sounds really good to me. I want that vitality as long as I live. And yet we know from the life of Judas, there are challenges along the way. It's not just going to come so easily as that. Yes, we all have always had access to that power, but how we play it out is up to us and our relationship with the divine. Okay. So this also is from Power Up Your Life. The relationship of living our unhindered life power is directly related to what level of consciousness we choose. So these are levels, if you like, or states of being. They kind of progress, but one builds on the other. It doesn't mean we can't go back to the others, but if we do, it means that we go there with more awareness, okay? So unconscious life, that's where we are undifferentiated. We don't know what we believe, we're not really aware of very much. It's a beginning point. Conscious life in our senses, okay, that we get. Sight, sound, hearing, touch, smell. Conscious life in our human personality, and this is where many of us as adults tend to dwell, because we've created our personalities to deal with life. They can get in the way, they can also be our best teachers. And the final one, conscious life, natural identity, meaning we are learning and living divine principles. It means that we are empowered to create, to manifest, to do all those things in our life, to use that life force, like we say, to live our best life. So what about Judas? Where do you think he would stand in relation to these things? Okay, I kind of had that thought too. And bearing in mind, there's a Judas, a little Judas in each of us, right? So we're not just saying, oh, Judas, it's about us as well. Unconscious, unaware where his true loyalties were, okay, for one. Unaware of where he wanted to put the money, always in conflict over that. He hadn't differentiated what was really important to him. Living life in the senses, so his purpose was all about protecting his country, protecting wealth. It was about the sense of survival in this life. Consciousness from his human personality. Boy, what do you see playing out there? The tension between courage and betrayal. He was courageous in some ways, he also betrayed. What else do we see? Courage, betrayal, sacrifice and stinginess. Like a lot of things were playing out in his life because of his personality. Did he ever have a conscious life from his true identity? He was with Jesus. He heard it. He was close. And you probably remember in the Garden of Gethsemane, how did he betray Jesus? He's very close. He was basically saying to the, I think it was the high priests, other officials, that he had prearranged to come there. This is the man, gave him a kiss. So, very close, and yet in that same moment, I'm going to betray you, Jesus. How do we do that? We get close. How do we metaphorically kiss our higher consciousness? We love that. We love the feeling we get when we're in a higher consciousness, and yet the playing out of it. We've got some challenges sometimes. Okay. What do you think redeemed Judas would have looked like? We talked about the unredeemed Judas. What if he had truly been in that higher consciousness, truly embodied his divinity? I think he would have been powerful, a powerful leader, a courageous person, someone who stepped up and wanted to be counted for all the right reasons. I think he would have had a presence about him, that life force flowing through him, unhindered by all those things that tend to weigh us down. What a great way to be, and what a great lesson we can learn. What about ourselves? How would we be? How would we be if we let that life force flow through us as we align with our higher selves? Just pause and think about that for a moment or two. Is there anything you'd change? Is there an area of your life where you think, yeah, I've got it, I'm doing okay with that? I'm pretty sure there are a few. For me, I think if my Judas were redeemed, I would be more open to new experiences. I would be more fearless. I think I would be more conscious of the grace that is available. Grace meaning that no matter what happens, as we said, good can come from it, even the darkest things. In fact, sometimes because of the darkest things. So I would like to have more confidence in knowing that that is the case. I would live more free from regret. What about how that would feel? I hope that all of us would feel like we can breathe more easily, because I feel like the breath, every breath we take is a part of that divine life flowing through us. So I hope that as we redeem our Judas, we can feel it. Our breath is more steady, it's more deep, it's more enlivening. Have you ever taken a really deep breath and it kind of goes through your fingers and it tingles? Like that kind of thing, that's what I'm talking about, because it's a very physical kind of power that we have. I think we'd feel more supported in whatever we do. And I think that we would feel strong. No matter the age of life we're at, we know that when we're in alignment with our higher consciousness, we feel it in our body. We feel a little stronger. Okay. I don't think it's happenstance that Jesus and Judas's lives were intertwined. Okay. I want us to look at our Judas face to face and say, the Christ in me sees the Christ in you, and together we're going to heal. Because I feel like as we save our Judas, we kind of save Judas from his bad reputation. I missed something earlier that's important. Okay, here we go. How do we redeem our Judas faculty? Firstly, and this is adapted from the Revealing Word, Assume a fearless attitude of mind, and that sort of bears out what Judas is about, fear and courage. So let's choose courage. That's the first step. We unite with divine consciousness. What happens when we do that? It's a simple choice. In the moment, it can happen in a nanosecond. But as we do that, powers are set in motion. Powers that we can't see, redeeming forces get to work to join with us in our intention. We know intentions are powerful. And thirdly, loosen our attachment to our personality. So personalities are wonderful things. They've got us through life this far. They help us make our way safely, to navigate all the challenges of life. But if we're too attached to it, it's really hard to get into that divine consciousness, into that knowledge that we are truly divine. And that's a whole realm for discovery, and that's why I think a lot of us adults dwell in that realm for a bit, because it really does hold clues for our progression in spirituality. Okay, so I would like us now to go ahead and say this affirmation from our hearts. If you believe it, please say it with me. I'll say it first and then I'll invite you to say it along with me. I claim life now as it flows through me and energizes my pursuit of being the best me I can be. Let's say it together. I claim life now as it flows through me and energizes my pursuit of being the best me I can be. And I want to end on a more upbeat note because we're looking at things that are pretty heavy. But I want to just go back to that sense consciousness thing as an example of how even as we're progressing in spirituality, we're redeeming our Judas bit by bit. We can still go back to the earlier stages with our awareness. Okay, so babies, right? Love babies. When my first was quite little, she was maybe 8 months, and we were visiting a friend, and my friend sat in the high chair and gave her some ice cream. She hadn't had ice cream before. This was homemade chocolate ice cream. Okay, 8-month-old baby. You can imagine what happened. She dove in, who cares about the spoon? She put some in her mouth, and the look on her face was pure joy. Right? And then it was like a full body experience. And it was just so precious because I get it, baby. This is how I feel about this. What about when you see some of these cute videos online, social media or whatever, and you see a little baby who's hearing impaired and they have their hearing aids, and their little lips start to tremble, and the parents are like, oh, but the baby, that joy of hearing sound, of hearing their parents' voice, is just so pure. It's a sense experience. Or when they get the glasses, oh, I can see. For the first time I can see. It's just magical. So this is what happens when we look back at earlier stages of that progression. We see it with new awareness, and that keeps us enlivened. So I want us to remember that sometimes we think that the spiritual journey is very serious business, and in a way it is. But we're meant to enjoy life. We're meant to bring our consciousness, our higher consciousness, to the very experience of life. But that life was for a reason. We're meant to enjoy it. And the way to enjoy it is, I believe, redeem our Judas. It's the way to go. Okay. All right, we have a song.
As we do get ready for meditation, I don't know if you're aware, but Julie's been in ministerial school, and your hard work and your attention to your study, you are standing so beautifully and communicating so powerfully. I'm a witness to your magnificence. All right, we're now going to sing We Are One, because we are. We are one, we are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. And in this unity, we will live in harmony, and peace will come, 'cause we are one. We are one, we are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. And in this unity, we will live in harmony, peace will come, 'cause we are one. Julie's coming back up, so I invite you to take that oneness, your capacity for oneness, into a time of meditation.
Okay, so please get comfortable, close your eyes, sit way back in your chair, feet on the ground, whatever works for you. And let's go within. Let's take in that breath of life. I'm grateful for the Spirit that searches out all the things that we are ready to let go of. Anything that hinders the free flow of life and breath. We know that there is always grace that we let go of regret. We release that. And we affirm the light of Christ burning brightly within us always drawing us forward to higher and higher expressions of divine life. We express gratitude for the life that we each have, our precious, beautiful life that is full of so much that we've already experienced, so much that we've yet to experience. And we just take a moment to be present right now, to be aware of who we are as divine beings, capable and ready to express all the powers that we have from the divine source. Fully and joyfully live the life that we have. We create, we manifest, we bring forth the good that is within us, that is ours to do, that is ours to be the very presence of life for ourselves, for our friends and family, for one another, for our entire world. We affirm now again that we live as fully enlivened, active, breathing people, always connected to the divine. And we say, so it is, and amen.
This is my last official duty as a board member. Thank you everyone for letting me serve on the board and serve you, and it's been my privilege, and thank you. We are abundantly blessed at Unity of Mesa, and you can give in many ways: time, talent, treasure, Right now we're going to talk about treasure. We have our ushers, blanked out for a second. Our ushers coming up the aisles with baskets. You can go online, unityofmesa.org. You can use the Vanco app. You can text to give. You can pop a check in the mail. You can go into the bookstore, make a debit or credit card donation. If you are one of our e-givers, please pop this little laminated bookmark thingy in the basket. And if you don't have treasures to put in today, please put your love into the basket. And let's say our blessing.
Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is.
We give thanks for the gifts, but especially for the givers.
Where the streets are empty, that's where
as they do, we together collectively bless this offering, bless your generosity, bless the many ways that you sustain Unity of Mesa by saying together, we are one with the opulence of God. We are now in the flow of infinite abundance, and we give thanks for the prosperity that is ours by divine Christ. Yes. All right. Annual meeting at noon, so have a cup of coffee and some delicious